AI to go online and then attend the meeting, listen, and then transcribe what was spoken and then gives a summary to us. But I don't know how many of us have thoroughly gone through that transcription. You realize that when you look at those transcriptions, there are lots of errors. There are a lot of errors that sometimes we try to think, what is this AI saying? Probably it might be fun, but for someone with visual impairment or someone with speech impairment might want to use the transcription to understand, especially in the classrooms. And even in business sector and the health, it actually will cost a lot because you need to have a perfect transcription. Now, this is when asset comes in. These models are mainly being trained on native English speakers. But when you look at our non-native English speakers, so some of us are lucky that we've been exposed to many regions and countries, which has actually affected our accent and then dialect. How about those who haven't moved from their environment? How did they cope with these automatic speech recognitions out there? So what we did was to go online and then use some of these available models. Then we realized that there was a problem. Then with that, someone recommended an AI tool for us to use in gathering our data set. So by using the AI tool, we realized that the English that it was giving us from the non-native side, it was too polished. I realized that my English couldn't even match what the AI tool was giving me. Now, for it to give a fully representative of our own dialect, so we have to go down there and collect the data set by ourselves. So we did that by coming up with an AI tool, which I'll just send it to you, and then you give a recording, which I get the recording, the original recording of what you have spoken. Then it's running on cloud. Then I'll just extract it and then put it on my drive. So with that, we use OpenAI Whisper in transcribing. So during the transcription, we realized that even with OpenAI model, you realize that there were still errors in this transcription. Now, what do we do? So we proposed. Okay. So we came up with the method called the mass spectrogram reconstruction. So what we did was we converted the audio set into spectrogram over a frequency time domain. So we did it randomly. So what we did was to hide part of the spectrogram from the model. So by hiding so, we try to infer the model to look for missing audios. So basically what we try to do is to help the model learn the general speech pattern of an individual so that it will be able to accurately transcribe in a real world transcription, because in a real world we do not say the same thing, we say vast thing. So because of that, we propose this model. So after you hide the model, then after you hide part of the spectrogram, then the model will try to force and learn some of the speech patterns that were missing. So by doing so, it learns, then it becomes fully self-learned. So by doing the fully self-learned, we came up with a reconstruction loss for it. And then already we have a classification loss function out there. So we propose a reconstruction loss by combining it with the classification loss function. So at the end of the day, we had our transcription, and then the model that we did not perform the reconstruction loss was 81% as compared to the one that we performed the reconstruction loss, because the model has to learn some hidden patterns and then be able to be robust and then transcribe accurately. So that one outperformed the one that we didn't apply the method. So we realized that, okay, our model was kind of performing well. Then we came up with, what's the name? The transcription. We came up with the transcription accuracies. So the data set include Akan, Ewe, Dagwani, and then unknown, because others do not specify the region they were coming from. So you realize for the data set, the Akan and the Gomba were more than the Gan. So in terms of accuracy, the Gan people weren't performing well because we didn't get enough data set. But we are still collecting more data set on that. Thank you.